channel, and in this video I'm going to be doing a neon and nude designer design. But before we can get into the fun stuff of the actual design, got to make sure these nails are ready for it. So I'm going in with my clear acrylic and just applying a nice thin clear base. Now obviously if you're working on an actual client and natural nails, you'd want to do all your natural nail prep first and then either apply tips or forms, whichever you prefer to work with. But that thin clear base is really important because it gives you something to file back to when you do a redesign, and you can then protect the natural nail. Now whilst on a practice hand you don't have to do a thin clear base, I like to because it keeps that routine going. It also just evens out if there is just a little bit of a bump between tip and nail bed, natural nail bed tip in this case. Once that's all done, I'm going in with the Peach Masque cover powder. This is from Perfect Nails. The clear that I used was also from Perfect Nails. And on the pinky, the index and the thumb, I am doing a reverse smile line nail bed. So I'm using my brush to shape that bead into the smile line shape I want, and sort of getting it into the place I want it to, pulling it down so it comes down the nail as far as I want it to, and then as you can see, constantly using my brush just to push those sides in, making them neat. And then I'm just going in with the second cuticle bead and pulling that down over the first. Normally when I do a reverse smile line nail bed like this, I am building my apex, but I'm going to be encapsulating some stickers, so I'm not. On this I'm going to come back and add the clear, which will give me my structure. So exactly the same again. As you can see, I've placed that first bead. Now I'm just using my brush to push those sides in. You want to keep them nice and even. You don't want one side higher than the other side. But don't worry too much if it's not perfect or if it is a little bit uneven, because you can fix all of that with your file before you go on to do the tip. So once I'm happy with where that first bead is placed, I'm going in with my cuticle bead. I'm tucking it in so I've got a nice flush cuticle, and then I just pull the rest of the product down over that first. I always fade it back so I get a nice blend between the two beads, don't have any harsh lines. And now here really all I'm doing is faffing, because to be honest it looks pretty much alright, and where it might not, I can file that and sort it out. So yeah, I'm just faffing now. And then I'm doing exactly the same on the thumb, but as you've seen me do it twice, you don't need to see me do it again. But I'm going to let all of those set before I apply stickers and encapsulate those. So I'm going onto the middle two nails, and here I'm just doing a sort of base colour of that Peach Masque. Now again, I'm going to be adding some decals, so that will all need to be encapsulated. So this is just a base, it's just a base colour. So I can work nice and thin, I don't need to worry about structure or strength. A little bit of dust or dirt or glitter in there, so my orange stick came in perfectly. So that cuticle bead, tucking it in, and then just pulling the rest of the product down over the first one. Pushing it in at the sides, I want to keep everything as neat as possible. This means I don't have so much filing and shaping to do at the end, and you want it to be even because you don't want to then come and encapsulate it and it be really thick or uneven, and then you've got double the filing to do. So whilst filing will save you if things have gone wrong, you want to do as much work with the brush as you can. And it is hot at the moment, so acrylic is setting faster and it is a little bit more of a task, but it is worth just taking that bit of extra time to, you know, neaten up your sides and blend your bead back and just make that application as neat as you possibly can with your brush. Because let's face it, filing is hard work. So I'm going to finish off applying the cover pink, or the cover peach in this case, to this nail, and then we're going to get on with the rest of the design. So for my designer bit, I've got some decals from Queen of Decals and some stickers from somewhere else. And it's the stickers that I'm using on my nail bed smile lines. These are Louis Vuitton stickers. That's my designer part of the design. And so I just peeled them off the backing, and then using my tweezers I am sticking them where I want them. I did move this because I was a bit worried that I wanted to make sure it was as much under sort of where my apex is going to be as possible, so that I didn't come and file any of that sticker away at the end. Giving it a real good push down, because we don't really want it sticking up, but I would recommend before you do cap these in your clear acrylic, just give them a good stick down as well. And once they are all done, I'm going to move on to the middle two nails, and I'm going to apply my designer decals from Queen of Decals just on the corner, on each corner, one going one way and one going the other way, so it's sort of a V shape. So I cut one in half, or I've had to cut two in half because otherwise they were the wrong shape, size, upside down, you know. So I used a bit of wet clear a bit of wet clear acrylic, as you can see here. Just painted that on nice and thin. We're not adding bulk here. This is just my glue, as you all know. And then picking up my decal that's been soaking on a wet cotton pad, slide it off the backing using my tweezers, and then gently push and pat it in place. And then I'm going to leave that to dry. Set. Now I did do the pinky. I was completely off camera, so here I am. I'm just capping the nail beds. This is where I'm going to be building up my apex, my structure. I can even it out if I need to a little bit more here. And so again, you want to keep your nice smile line shape, so I'm patting it in, there we go, as if I knew that was coming. And then that is going to be left set. I did do the thumb as well. And I'm going to cap the middle two nails in clear acrylic. So again, on these two nails, this is where I'm building up the strength, the structure, so I want to make sure I've got nice even coverage at the free edge, making sure those side walls are nice and straight and evenly covered. And then with my second and possibly third bead, it's quite a long nail, I'm putting my apex in, tucking it in at the cuticle, making sure the apex is in the right place to give the nail all the strength it needs. Whew, I'm going to do the same thing on the other middle nail, but I'm just going to let you watch. Okay, I'm back! Did you miss me? So, off camera, once all that was set, I gave my file lines a nice, my smile lines a nice file, make sure they were nice and crisp. And then around all of them, I was a bit out of shot on the pinky, so I'm just showing you the index finger. I'm going in with Afterglow. This is a glow-in-the-dark acrylic from Glam & Glitz, and I'm just doing it right around the smile line. Don't worry about it going over top of that nail bed colour, that'll all get filed away. I don't want to bring it down the nail, I just literally want it right around the very smile line, sort of where you can see I'm putting it. And because my pinky was out of view, I thought, let's give him a bit of thumb. I was going to say a bit of thumb action, but that sounded really wrong. So again, exactly the same. I worked quite wet here because A, Glam & Glitz you can work quite wet with, and B, it was just setting too quick. So just a little bit more monomer helped that. And as you can see, literally, it's just a very, it's like a border around the smile line, if that makes sense. I mean, it's probably better off just letting you see what I'm doing instead of me trying to explain what I'm doing. But yeah, just put it there, just around, just for something a bit extra, and because the glitter I'm going to be using, giving it away, is quite chunky. So for glitter, I am using the Neon Matte collection from the nail team. I've got the yellow, the orange, the pink and the blue, and the glitters and all the acrylics and the brush are all available from the nail team, but I will leave the links down below. So I'm doing some glittery ombres, and the other reason why I put that border, as I said, is because this glitter is quite a chunky mix. There are some fine bits, but it's majority chunky glitter. So I thought if I had a bit of a border, it wouldn't matter if I didn't get right up into the wings. So I'm going sort of ombre across. So I started with the yellow, and then I'm doing orange on the opposite side, and I'm just sort of mixing the two colours slightly in the middle. With this sort of chunky glitters, you want to work little beads, and then just use the tippy tip of your brush to push them into place. And then when I was happy, I just went over with a bit of a wash of acrylic just to keep it in place. Once it's set, they're not going anywhere. And then I'm going to repeat this process on the index finger, but I'm going to use the pink and the blue. And then I'm going to use all three colours, except there's all four colours on the thumb. So instead of me rabbiting on about what I'm doing, I'm just going to let you enjoy the glitterness and watch. Okay, once I'm happy with all my glitter placement, I do let it set slightly, because there's nothing worse than then coming in to cap the glitter and it sort of smushing all over the place. So all I needed to do was cap the three tips. I didn't need to cap anything else because that was all done. And I'm just showing you the thumb very quickly, where I'm capping that glitter. Again, doing a lot of work with my brush. But when this is all set, I'm going to do all my filing, my shaping, my refining, you know, all that jazz off camera. And then we will be back to finish them off. So here they are all capped in clear acrylic, and ta-da! Here they are all filed and looking snazzy. So I did give them a bit of a dust and a wipe over, and now I'm going in with some bling. And for this set I am using some clear crystals from Crystal Parade, and I am also using crystals from their new Zodiac Neon crystal mixes, and these are the little crystals. They've got little ones and bigger ones, so I'm using the little ones. So I'm using the orange and the yellow on the pinky, and then I bet you can guess what I'm using on the index finger. Yeah, you got it. I'm using the pink and the blue. Couple of clear Swarovskis just to break it up, and then on the thumb and the middle two fingers I'm going to do sort of a bit of a rainbow of all the neon colours. So I'm just going to let you watch me apply these crystals. I use my Crystal Katana and the Chiara Sky dip base to secure them. This will hold them forever. It is really good. So I'm just going to apply a nice little rainbow on the middle two fingers and on the thumb, and then I'll be back and we will finish this setup. Okay, crystals all applied and they are firmly in place, and I am now going in with the Gems Martha Matte top coat. Now I did this on all of the nails, used a little brush to get in and around those crystals, don't want to go over top of them, just wanted to make sure they were doubly secure. And when it came out the lamp, I didn't like it, so I ended up leaving the middle two matte and going in with my Tina Top shiny top coat on the 3 glitter tip nails. But I didn't show that on camera because that was just going to drag out the video. So just applying my top coat, getting in with that brush in and around all those crystals, and then I'm going to pop this into my LED lamp to cure for 60 seconds, and that is my Neon and Nude designer set complete. And here they are all top coated and finished, and I do like the difference between the shiny and the matte. I do hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to click that subscribe button. All the product details are in the description box, so please check that out, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye! Mwah!